everyone, and welcome back to the show. I am your host, The Vigilante, and I'm back at it with another video. So for today's video, I'm going to be reacting to my favorite son, Nintendo Prime. And if you truly enjoy my videos, please give it a like, share, and subscribe. I'm really trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I really need your help. And men, remember, if you don't want a coward son like Nintendo Prime, make sure to wrap it up.
Just lets your friends and yourself add a little personality to just managing your business, because these profile icons, you see them on your friends list, you see them when you play with people online. So honestly, I feel like this is just a great thing that Nintendo's doing. They don't have to do this. They could have just kept the profile icons from Switch 1, and they did with some updates, but they've also added a whole bunch of new ones. So I'm really happy to see a bunch of new ones get added in. You can still use your me as well, as you saw there. So
what do you mean they didn't have to? This is the bare minimum. They're charging you for a $450 system, and you're gonna be like, oh well, they didn't have to add all this. This is so nice of Nintendo. This is the bare fucking minimum that Nintendo should be doing. Are you kidding me? What is wrong with you, Nintendo Prime? I swear, stop the bootlicking already. And how dare they not have the greatest Pokemon of all time, Greninja? The disrespect that Nintendo is showing.
Pretty good stuff. I, in general, am really excited that Nintendo's doing this. And you know what? Give us more things to customize our experience. How about themes, Nintendo? I know sometimes you seem to be allergic to those.
They're allergic to anything that requires them to be pro-consumer. You should know this by now, Nintendo Prime.
We obviously know this is a trilogy. It's a remake or reimagining, as some like to say, of Final Fantasy VII. And it was a really, really big deal that this game is coming over. But we didn't know as if more of the series was coming over, and multiple times throughout this video they mentioned that the Final Fantasy VII Remake series is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. That infers Rebirth is coming, and yes, the yet-to-be-announced third and final chapter of this. So
how do you think that a Switch 2 is going to be able to handle the third installment? Are you kidding me, Nintendo Prime? Use that damn head for once. I know that you suffer from low IQ deficiency, but how do you expect that game to run flawlessly on the Switch 2? I think it's going to have problems running Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
But I do think this also means Final Fantasy 17, whenever that does come, will be day and date on Switch 2. Again, that still could be years away.
Really, Prime? 17? You don't even have 16, nor do you have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on the Switch 2 yet. And you think you guys are going to be able to run 17 on day one on launch? Okay, you are becoming just as delusional as Harmon Smith. You don't want to be compared to a Harmon Smith, Primey. I promise you that one.
But I do expect that Square Enix is really, really trying to create that association. And because of that, we should now be going in with that expectation of having Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy 17 and all future Final Fantasy VII games or Final Fantasy games in general on Nintendo Switch 2.
Well, you can expect whatever you want. How fun is it that you live in such a delusional mindset? Please explain to me.
But you know whose financials are going the way they want? How about Nintendo? Now, look, we talked about how the stock hit record levels earlier this week, but how about their overall business value? Well, Nintendo, who was a top 10 company in Japan at number 10, has now risen to number 7. Nintendo is the number 7 biggest company in Japan, now being valued for the first time ever at over $100 billion. And they aren't not that far behind the number 6 spot, the Uniqlo brand. The Fast Retailing is the name of the company.
I don't know if you noticed this, but Sony is above Nintendo.
At least for now, temporary exclusive content coming to the Elden Ring Tarnished Edition for Nintendo Switch 2, including new classes. And again, I think it's temporary. These will probably get patched into other versions of the game, but at launch, it's going to be exclusive on Switch 2, at least according to the developers. So we go over here to Famitsu. We're using a Google Translate here. It says new characters Knight of Itis and Heavy Knight will be added to the Switch 2 version of Elden Ring Tarnished Edition, announced at a From Software event. So at the From Software Games event in spring 2025, held in Tokyo on May 6th, From Software revealed that 2 new characters, Knights of Ides and Heavy Knight, will be added to Elden Ring Tarnished Edition, which is scheduled to be released in 2025 on Nintendo Switch 2.
Oh, great. Oh, we know Harmon Smith's going to have a heyday with this one. He's going to do a video. I'm surprised he hasn't done one yet. Well, this just came out, so that's probably the reason why. He's going to be like, oh, From Software has been in the knee again. They're adding extra content to the Tarnished Edition that the other people don't get. You know that Harmon Smith's going to say that.
We have a developer that's blaming nostalgia for something related to the game key cards, which I find a little interesting since nostalgia for Nintendo, well, Nintendo's games are not on game key cards. But let's go take a look at this.
You know, I love how he sits there and always is like, well, Nintendo's games aren't on game key cards. It's still their fault. They allow it. It's their console. Prime, if you don't want game key cards, this is what you do. Next time you're in Doug Bowser's office, get off your knees, wipe the dirt from them, wipe the jizz off your chin, look into Doug Bowser's eyes without caressing him, and tell him, we don't want game key cards. You will put the game on a physical cartridge, or I will mobilize my subscribers to not buy your games. And then hopefully Austin John Plays will follow suit, Nintendo Life will follow suit, the other big time Nintendo YouTubers will follow suit, and guess what? They will cave in. Nintendo will be like, okay, we will. But unfortunately, you're too much of a coward to stand your ground in Nintendo, and you always want to bend the knee because all you care about is your wallet being lined.
As we go in here, it's funny that Nintendo is going to get away with it, Hutchinson continued. It just shows you the power of nostalgia in our business, that the way they will beat up Microsoft versus Nintendo is just not the same, especially in Europe. It's like, oh, Nintendo's doing it? All right, we're not going to say much. Hutchinson's latest game, it goes into this and it talks about what game key cards are.
I don't know what you're talking about, but people have been blasting Sony and Microsoft for doing the game key cards and raising prices and following suit with Nintendo. Well, Xbox did. Sony hasn't done that yet.
What's really interesting about this is Nintendo has absolutely gotten beat up for game key cards. If you mean they're going to get away with it in terms of, well, yeah, they're not going to go away, guess what? These exact same aspects exist on PlayStation and Xbox. And yeah, Xbox was beat up for it, and they didn't go away. They're still here. Xbox got away with it. Sony got away with it. Nintendo is going to get away with it.
What are you talking about? Do you not watch YouTube? You're on it. How do you not watch the other YouTubers? People have been blasting Sony and Microsoft for this, just like Nintendo. You just act like this is only on Nintendo. Just the only reason why you see this now is because Nintendo is up front in the news at the moment. But right now, it's probably Microsoft is coming in now.
This all digital future is coming whether we want it to or not, and I hate game key cards. I think they're stupid. I think you shouldn't have a physical cartridge of anything unless it's a full physical game. I do get that there's a convenience of being able to resell a digital copy, and that's awesome, but also stupid. Stupid. I hate it.
Aw, poor baby. Nintendo Prime, he's getting all mad. Well, guess what? Do something about it if you don't like it. Quit bending the knee. You have the power along with all the other Nintendo YouTubers, but you won't because you guys are cowards.
I hate it. There's nothing I like about it, but in the end, I know the all digital future is coming. I don't think you can really yell at Nintendo as much about this. Again, this stuff already exists on other platforms where a majority of the game is downloaded and not on the disc. This is not a new concept. So yeah, and Nintendo's gotten a lot of backlash for it. To act like Nintendo hasn't got much backlash for it, to me means maybe you're not paying too much attention.
Just like you're not paying too much attention to how Sony and Xbox got backlash, you fucking idiot.
We have the Halo Master Chief Collection as well, rumored by Nate the Hates, a lot of Microsoft games on Switch 2 and PS5 moving forward, but Flight Simulator and Halo Master Chief Collection are two games I've heard that should be making their way this year. So again, not announced yet, could get announced this summer.
I'm surprised Harmon Smith hasn't done something about Halo. I doubt it's going to be the whole collection here. We also thought we were going to get Gears of War collection on the PS5, but we didn't get that one. We just got the first Gears, so it's probably just going to be the first Halo.
This one actually comes from Ubisoft's CEO originally. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle and Sparks of Hope coming to Switch 2. So we had already released Mario Rabbids game on Switch. So by doing another one, we had two similar experiences on one machine. On Nintendo, games like this never die. There are 25 Mario games on Switch. Nintendo has advised that it's better to do one iteration on each machine. We were a bit too early. We should have waited for the next console because you can play a great game and we think it'll last for 10 years. We'll update it for the new machine that'll come in the future. So that's literally from Yves Guillemot, the Ubisoft CEO. So doesn't get much more straightforward than that. But then Nate the Hate added to it that there was also consideration doing a Mario plus Rabbids collection as a single release on the system. So we'll see what happens there.
And just you wait. That collection will probably be $120 on the eShop. The Kingdom Battle is $40, Sparks of Hope is $60. You know they're going to combine that. Then they have to sit there and charge you for the outrageous upgrade price. So it's like, oh, $10 per game, $120, please. Oh, yeah, you know that's what's going to happen.
I am the Thunder Robojans from Nintendo Prime. It's been a hell of a time. I gotta get going. We gotta get this video edited. I gotta get this shindig out the door. I got some traveling to do today. Got some flights to catch early tomorrow morning.
Yes, we know you have to go catch your flight to go see Daddy Nintendo to give him his morning BJ. We all know it. Well, that's it for my reaction. Let me know down in the comments if you agree with me or not. Please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, men, please wrap it up so you don't produce a cowardly son like Nintendo Prime. And until next time, stay vigilant.